Welcome back, viewers, to the program The Stellar Twin Voyagers. Today, I, Nova A239, will once again guide you through the unforgettable adventures of our sibling duo as they explore their little dreams. Let us together journey through the eternity of countless ages and fill our dreams among the sea of stars. Prepare to be captivated by the wonders of the universe and stories full of hope that will inspire us all. Alright, let's begin today's story, continuing from the previous episode. Aster and Cosmo returned to the field and helped their grandpa and father with simple tasks, helping to gather corn as well as chasing away flocks of crows that tried to attack the ready-to-harvest corn. They ran here and there, playing joyfully while doing their tasks. Before they realized it, the sun was already low in the western sky, and it would soon set. Aster, Cosmo, come here. Let father wipe your sweat. Shepherd our sheep back to the pasture before it gets too dark. And come back home right after that. Don't let mother worry about you both, understand? Said their father while wiping the sweat of his beloved shepherd sons. Yes, father. Grandpa and father, please also come home and rest soon. We will be back right after shepherding our sheep, said Aster and Cosmo, running toward the sheep pen. Brother, let's race to see who gets to the pen first, said Cosmo excitedly. Sure, but what will be the punishment for the loser? Asked Aster. How about the loser has to draw water for the winner tomorrow? Does that sound good to you? Asked Cosmo. That's fine. Alright, let's start running from here. Ready, set, go, shouted Aster. The two shepherd boys ran toward the sheep pen, and Aster arrived first. I won, Cosmo. You will draw water for me tomorrow, and it's okay, I'm a tough shepherd boy, and it's no problem for me to draw water for my brother. Alright, let's start shepherding our sheep, Aster, said Cosmo, slightly disappointed. You'll get better next time. Alright, let's start shepherding our sheep, said Aster. 1, 2, 3. Start shepherding our sheep, said Aster. 1, 2, 3. Brother, it seems like we are missing one lamb, said Cosmo, panicked, while counting again. Oh, really? 1, 2, 3, 4, 21, you're right, Cosmo. There should be one more lamb here. We only see. First, let's let the flock graze in their usual spot, then I will go looking for the missing lamb. Got it, Cosmo. Cosmo nodded and immediately helped Aster guide the flock to the pasture. Alright, Cosmo, I'll try to find our lamb around the pasture and in the nearby forest. Please take care of the rest of the forest. Please take care of the rest of the sheep here, understand? Said Aster. Got it, brother. Leave it to me, said Cosmo confidently. Aster, the elder brother, quickly ran to search for their missing lamb. With the jingling bell on his shepherd's staff, Aster tried to lure the lamb to track its location. Me, a faint sound came from the forest. Aster ran into the forest, searching for the lost lamb. The sound grew clearer, and he discovered the lamb had fallen into a fairly deep hole. The lamb looked exhausted, having been there for quite a while. Aster looked around and found some vines nearby. Perfect, exclaimed Aster happily. With the machete he carried, he cut some vines and tied them together to make them stronger and longer. He then wrapped and secured the vines around the nearest tree trunk, hanging some on branches to create a makeshift pulley, and slowly lowered the vine into the hole. Carefully, Aster climbed down into the hole and tied the vine around the lamb's legs tightly enough. Good, hang on, little lamb. You'll be out of this hole soon. Stay calm, said Aster, stroking the lamb's head. Aster then slowly climbed back up and pulled the vine with all his might to lift the lamb out. 1, 2, 1, 2, 3, said Aster. Finally, after some time, he managed to lift the lamb out of the hole. Aster carefully untied the vine from the lamb's legs. Let's go back to your flock. Don't run off again next time, said Aster gently. They slowly walked out of the forest. There is already waiting, waving his hand. Brother, father called for us earlier. I also guided the other sheep back to the pen. We just need to guide this last lamb in. I have prepared some grass for it. Good job, Cosmo. I really appreciate your help, said Aster, relieved. They then closed the pen, help, said Aster, relieved. They then closed the pen, double-checked that the number of sheep was correct, and headed home for dinner. Aster, Cosmo, you took a while to come back. Aster, you have some scrapes on your hands and feet. Did something happen? Asked their mother worriedly. Actually, one of the lambs went in the forest and found it had fallen into a hole. I got it out using some woven vines. These are just minor scrapes, Mom, nothing serious, said Aster. All right, you two, clean your hands and feet first, then let's eat together, said their mother. Okay, Mom, said the two siblings, heading to the backyard to clean up. Brother, let's persuade Grandpa to tell us more stories about the stars later. I want to hear them, said Cosmo, nudging his brother, Aster. Let's see later. Let's let Grandpa rest for a bit first. Come on, let's go to the dinner table, said Aster. Come, Aster, Cosmo, drink some hot corn soup before the main dish. The weather is getting colder, said their mother, pouring soup into their bowls. Wow, this is our corn from earlier, brother. The kernels are so big. Enjoy your meal, Grandpa, Father, said Cosmo excitedly. Enjoy your meal, Grandpa, Father, Mother, said Aster too. Wow, it's really sweet, brother. Mom, can I have more? Is there still some left? Asked Cosmo. Cosmo, that's not polite. We should eat just enough. Let Father and Grandpa, hooted Aster. Don't worry, children. I cooked plenty. We can all eat as much as we want. Let me pour you some more, said their mother gently. Suddenly, the younger sibling, Cosmo, said, Grandpa, I still want to hear stories from you like this afternoon. Please. Aster quickly pulled his brother's arm and covered his mouth, whispering, didn't we agree earlier to let Grandpa rest first and then ask him later? Cosmo bowed his head. Sorry, Grandpa. Let's continue our dinner, said Aster. My eager grandchildren, all right, how about lying down in the meadow later, while watching the night sky? Grandpa will show you many amazing things. And don't forget to bring your book and flashlight, said Grandpa. All right, Grandpa, said the two siblings excitedly. Finish your dinner first, said Father. Okay, Father, replied Aster and Cosmo. We'll go to our room for a bit, said Aster and Cosmo, running to their room. Cosmo, take this, your flashlight. Let's go meet Grandpa, said Aster, handing the flashlight and some batteries to Cosmo. They soon left their room and found Grandpa. Grandpa, we're ready. Can we go to the meadow now? Grandpa, we're ready. Can we go to the meadow now? Asked Aster and Cosmo. Yes, you may. I'll follow, but don't run too fast, you might trip and fall, advised Grandpa. Okay, Grandpa, they both responded, running eagerly towards the meadow. Look, brother, there's the northern cross dipper, Cosmo. Look, its 7 stars are shining so brightly. But soon we won't be able to see it anymore. Let's enjoy the last moments of seeing the Big Dipper this year, exclaimed Aster. Grandpa is here, brother. Grandpa, we're over here, shouted Cosmo, waving his hand. Grandpa walked towards them, gazing at the vast night sky above them. Come, my grandchildren, close your eyes for a moment. We will soon begin our journey among the sea of stars, said Grandpa, stroking their heads. All right, open your eyes now. Do you feel the night sky looks brighter now? Asked Grandpa. Yes, Grandpa, said the two shepherd boys excitedly. Well then, Grandpa will start the story. Long ago, when humans lived only by fire and various simple tools made of stone and wood, far from the comforts of entertainment like radio or television, they found their own amusement under the night sky. Since ancient times, we have lived in harmony with nature, and nature has provided everything for us. No wide screens, no electricity, no lamps at that time, but people could still sit and enjoy the night around the campfire, tell stories about the night sky, creating tales becoming unforgettable legends. But it wasn't just entertainment, fantasy, or folklore. Observations made people realize that even without advanced technology, we could predict many things. Planting seasons, harvest times, weather changes, droughts, floods, navigation, and much more. As descendants of shepherds and farmers, we have a very close relationship with nature since ancient times. Do you know, Aster, Cosmo, that we have used our observations of the changing constellations in the sky to know when planting and harvesting seasons begin? Asked Grandpa. Yes, Grandpa. When we see Orion in the morning sky, it means the planting season is about to begin. And when we see the summer triangle high in the night sky, it means the harvest season is about to start, said Aster. Good. This is basic knowledge we must master. Of course, we live in the northern hemisphere, and there are many to observe. However, we should be grateful that many interesting stories have grown from various star patterns observed in the northern hemisphere. Alright, we previously touched on the Milky Way, and right above us now, the Milky Way is spread across the sky. Grandpa will explain it now, said Grandpa proudly. The Milky Way, as it is called, has sparked stories from various civilizations on Earth for centuries. In Greek mythology, the Milky Way has several versions of story. Maybe Grandpa will tell you one of them. It is said that Zeus, the king of the gods, wanted his son Hercules, born of the mortal woman Alcmene, to become immortal. To achieve this, Zeus placed baby Heracles at Hera's breast while she was asleep so that Heracles could nurse and gain divine strength. But Hera woke up and, realizing she was nursing a human baby, pushed him away. The spilled milk became the Milky Way. Light name changes. Zeus is known as Jupiter in Roman mythology, and Hera as Juno. The legend of Juno nursing Hercules and creating the Milky Way remains the same, with the spilled milk becoming a sparkling band in the night sky. Meanwhile, in ancient Chinese mythology, there is a famous legend known as the story of the cowherd and the weaver girl. It tells of Niulong, a cowherd who met Zhenu, a heavenly weaver maiden. They fell in love and got married. However, their marriage was not approved by the Queen of Heaven, who separated them with a great silver river, the Milky Way. Day of the 7th month in the Chinese lunar calendar, Shishi festival, magpies form a bridge over this silver river so Niulong and Zhenu can meet. A similar story developed in Japanese mythology. It is said that there was a weaver who was the daughter of the celestial emperor, Tente, named Orihime, who was very diligent in weaving work. She had no time to find love. Tente, concerned about his daughter's sadness, introduced her to Hikoboshi, a cowherd. They fell in love and soon married. However, after marrying, Orihime and Hikoboshi became so obsessed with each other that they began to neglect their duties. Orihime stopped weaving fabric for the gods, and Hikoboshi let his cows wander unsupervised. This made Tente angry, and he decided to separate them, placing them on opposite sides of Amanogawa, the Milky Way. Seeing his daughter's sadness, Tente allowed the 11th day of the 7th month in the lunar calendar. On this day, magpies come and form a bridge over the Sky River so the couple can meet, celebrated in the Tanabata festival. Of course, these are just legends and mythologies, but it shows that humans have been obsessed with the sky for centuries, pouring various imaginations and folklore into the various asterisms and constellations in the night sky. It's so beautiful that the sky can unite different human civilizations, with various stories and dreams written in it. Isn't that amazing, my grandchildren? Aster and Cosmo eagerly responded together, yes, Grandpa. It's very interesting, Grandpa. So what's the Milky Way actually, Grandpa? Grandpa then explained, the Milky Way is a large spiral galaxy that is home to our solar system and about 100 to 400 billion other stars. At the center of our galaxy, it is believed there is a supermassive black hole named Sagittarius A, with spiral arms extending from its center, and dark matter. Besides stars, our galaxy also contains interstellar gas and dust that form nebulae and support star formation, and most of its mass consists of dark matter that cannot be seen directly but is detected through its gravitational effects. So, our Earth is also within the Milky Way, which is why we can see parts of it. We are about 27,000 light-years from the galactic center, in one of the galaxy's spiral arms called the Orion Arm. This arm is a dense region with stars, gas, and dust, providing an environment for new star formation. Maybe Grandpa's explanation tonight is a bit hard to understand. Now, it's your time to ask about anything you still don't understand. Go ahead, Aster, Cosmo. Grandpa, please explain more about galaxies. And is the Milky Way the only galaxy in the universe? Asked Aster. Yes, Grandpa, and what is a halo? Grandpa, asked Cosmo. Grandpa smiled softly and continued to explain, all right. Grandpa will explain them one by one. You might not understand everything at once. Maybe you need to read a lot of books and learn more. But you are still young, and you will understand more as time goes by. Let me start with and you will understand more as time goes by. Let me start with Aster's question. A galaxy is a large collection of stars, gas, dust, and dark matter bound together by gravity. Galaxies can be spiral, elliptical, or irregular in shape. Our galaxy, the Milky Way, is a spiral galaxy. The Milky Way has a diameter of about 100,000 to 120,000 light-years and contains between 100 to 400 billion stars. The Milky Way is not the only galaxy in the universe, Aster. There are billions of other galaxies in our vast universe, like the Andromeda Galaxy, the Triangulum Galaxy, and many more. The universe is filled with these galaxies, varying in shape and size. Now for Cosmo's question. A galactic halo is a spherical region surrounding the center and disk of the galaxy. This area contains globular clusters, which are groups of old stars, and a lot of dark matter that is invisible but exerts a gravitational influence on the galaxy. Meanwhile, a black hole is an object with extremely strong gravity and a very large mass in a very compact space, so nothing can escape from it, including light. At the center of the Milky Way is a supermassive black hole named has a mass millions of times that of the Sun and governs the dynamics at the center of the galaxy. Nebulae are very interesting objects. They are essentially clouds of gas and interstellar dust. Nebulae can be the birthplaces of new stars, like the Orion Nebula, or the remnants of dead stars, like the Crab Nebula. Nebula because the gas within them emits light at specific wavelengths. That's a brief explanation for your questions, Aster and Cosmo. Do you have any more questions? Aster then asked again, Grandpa, I have a question, but it might not be related to what you explained earlier. I've always wondered why the sun rises and sets what you explained earlier. I've always wondered why the sun rises and sets every day, moving from east to west. And also, why does the moon change its shape over time? Good questions, Aster. The sun appears to rise in the east and set in the west every day because the earth rotates on its axis from west to east, move eastward, so we see the sun moving across the sky from east to west. Regarding your second question, the moon changes shape over time due to its phases, which occur because of the relative positions of the moon, earth, and sun as the moon orbits earth. Therefore, sometimes we can't see the moon, sometimes we see it as a crescent, sometimes as a half moon, and sometimes as a full circle. In fact, Aster, other planets also experience similar phases when observed from Earth, like the phases observed in Venus and Mercury. That's the answer to your questions. If you too have any other questions, try to save them for another day. Now, let's enjoy the beautiful night sky while singing. Grandpa will play the flute, and you two sing the song, Shepherd's Melody on a Starry Night, all right? Said Grandpa. Okay, Grandpa, the two siblings said, and they began to sing joyfully, accompanied by the sound. That concludes today's episode of the Stellar Twin Voyagers. Interesting, isn't it? Stay with us on this program, and we'll see you again in the next episode. In short, I am Nova A239, very happy to share this story with you today. See you next time, and let's color our little dreams with tales that twinkle like a sea of stars.